let's have a conversation on how to be happy as an entrepreneur.
Mm.
How do you become happy as an entrepreneur? So and I guess it'd be different for different people, but I realized that there is a certain amount of money that if I make, I'm happy. This month, actually, I ain't really go hard.
Me either.
I've been happy in this space, whether you're with your family or just looking back over the year, like the brand that you built. And obviously a lot of things have happened, throughout this month for me, but I think it's important not to let the world push you into becoming what the world deems as successful.
I agree. I also think it's important to really dig deep and understand what it really means to be happy and what it means to be happy with a result.
What do you mean?
So you can be happy with how business went, but not happy with your whole life, right? So it's just like actors are most known, well, not most known, but for me, most known I can think of are actors and entertainers who achieve great success, like Robert Williams, I think was his name. Robert Williams at the top of his game, highly paid as an actor and comedian, and he makes people laugh. He appears happy, really proud of himself in business, but then he goes and commits suicide because things in his life are still not adding up for him to, whatever degree. And this happens so much. Like, people should appear to be happy based on what they're accomplishing in their professional goals, but it doesn't lead to happiness like in your whole life.
I think one of the challenges are chasing what we think is going to make us happy. And when you catch the things you thought was going to make you happy and realize it's just a thing. So you might be chasing 6 figures. And if that doesn't make you happy. So Joe, you've experienced maybe your biggest income month this year, yes?
Oh, we're at the biggest income month now?
I mean, I'm sure
we're talking?
I'm sure there was a month this year that you've had. Well, let me ask you, outside of, are we including like tax returns throughout your life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, would that be an income month? You got a 10K tax return? Like, oh, we lit. So, and you don't have to share the number, I don't suppose, but unless you don't want to. But
Reese, if you can get him head to toe real quick, just because he wants it.
He wants it.
Let's get the part to the feet. We got to get the haircut to the tippy toes. Joe is breaking bread. He's getting to the bag right now.
I'm just taking advice from my brother. He told me I got to start dressing better.
I told him.
If I really want
no more basketball shorts.
No more basketball shorts.
And cut off
sweatpants and all that good stuff. I got to start dressing a lot better.
Listen, you in here looking like better. Good money.
Good money.
I mean,
good
I've been
money.
in the gym lately, losing this good weight, eating right. So life is good.
Joe in here with coordination.
It took me a little while this morning. But,
branded hoodies, custom branded hoodies. I'm like,
it's my
all right.
hoodie.
All right, so let's get to it. And my mind is not on. But anyway, y'all go for it. But yes, has this year produced your biggest month income-wise?
Yeah. So
it has.
When I first quit my job in May, you had texted me, I think like 2 or 3 months later. I was like, calculate your monthly expenses, like all that stuff and what you've made. And I did it. And I was like, this is crazy. And I was kind of shocked. So I had to go do a double check, make sure I was calculating correct. It's like math is not my strong suit. And I texted you back. I think I've almost doubled my income from when I was making on my job. And from there, it helped me realize that the opportunities are unlimited. Like there's no cap in entrepreneurship. Versus having a job, there's a cap. Like 27 paychecks out of the year, you're capped. I knew every month, every other week, what I was getting paid every other week. It was going to be the same. Mm-hmm. But I'm realizing that there's so much more money out there, and there's a lot more money out there that I can actually get. I just don't go get it. I've left a lot of money on the table this year. Like, even though I've made some good money, I've made even more. I probably left a lot on the table still.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How did it feel when you had that biggest month for you?
It wasn't like a big,
Let me ask you, the feeling, the actual feeling, did it match what you thought the feeling would be?
Not at all. It was just like, it's more money. But it was just, I think in my head, I still want more. And then probably to me, it was like, that's still not enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I think happiness is so hard to catch because you think like your idea of what this thing is going to feel like when you get in a relationship, right? You're like, oh man, I could just imagine how I'm going to treat my girl, how I'm going to treat my guy. And we're going to have trips and all that kind of stuff. And then you get in it. And you're like, whoa.
What
this,
the?
what's this? What is this?
Where in the manual did this come from?
Like, why? Hold on. I thought this, and you make your first 6 figures and you like, one, you don't even realize it. It's like, wow, okay, I'm looking back at my numbers. This happened with Jen. She looking back at my numbers. She's doing like $10,000 months and stuff like that. And she's like, yo, it feels the same. And it's not even like my bank account looks different because obviously we have to become something different. But the thing of like chasing the next thing. So your next thing is 6 figures, right?
Right.
You're gonna chase it. You're gonna catch it. And however you feel like it's going to make you feel, it's not going to feel like that.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. I think just money is just money. It's a tool, it's an object, but it doesn't dictate my happiness. My happiness is dictated on, right now, the transformation I'm seeing in my body.
Yeah.
Like, loving myself more and really like cultivating better relationships.
Yeah.
I realized that I suck at relationships, like horrible. Like I can meet somebody, but that'll be it. We'll meet and the connection's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm working on more, just more of me than the financial. Like, of course, I want the financials to grow because I have plans and stuff I want to do, but that's what I'm working on, more so me.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Happiness. Can we, what make me happy is if that
display
monitor went back.
I think happiness is a state of being, though. And I think the moment that we stop trying to attach a milestone to happiness, we can actually be happy.
Oh, keep talking good. You're talking good.
Yeah. Just put me on the spot.
You don't got no more? You don't got no more after that?
No, I mean, seriously, like if I just get in this relationship, I'll be happy. And then like you said, you get in a relationship and we had a whole long conversation about stuff like this without getting into detail yesterday. And we share relationship stuff and Dre does and everybody. And it's like, it's good, but it's not that bliss, and then eventually some of that you feel kind of starts to fade because other feelings get involved. You get your money goal. You hit your money goal. We both had money goals this year to make 7 figures. I mean, we both did it. I didn't even know that I had done it until we had a conversation and I became intentional about really making sure. And my mom said, "Are you happy?" And I literally was like, "I'm grateful." There's a difference. Like, it didn't make me happy. I am incredibly grateful. I'm not even really surprised that it happened because it just took a couple of tweaks. Like, I knew it would happen one day, but it didn't make me happy. Happy is a state of being. Like, I am happy. I think when we can learn to be happy truly without things and without people, right? That doesn't mean be a hermit, but like when I talked earlier about having lost everything, when my mom found out eventually that I lost everything, I was still walking around like with a smile on my face, and she would walk past my room when I moved back into her house. She walked past my room like, "Are you stressed out at all? Are you going to do anything about this? Like, does this bother you at all?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not stressed out. I'm going through an unfortunate moment in my life, but what do you want me to be? Miserable and unhappy? I'm not. Because the money, the job, the cars, the houses, those were all things that I accomplished. And they were very great moments, but it's not what made me happy. Like, I am happy to, when I walk in the room, I light up a room. I'm happy to have the confidence that I have. I am happy to have the life that I have. I'm happy to have the access and opportunities that I have. I'm happy to have the spiritual relationship that I have. I'm happy with the values and the things that are important to me. Like, I'm happy with those things. I feel loved. I feel supported. I feel, protected. I feel like I have a group of loyal people around me. I'm happy kind of because of the intangibles. I am surely happy when it comes to finances. I am happy, not even for what it does for me, but I am so thankful that I got to do this in while my daughter was still a teenager. I am so happy that I got to make 7 figures. Like, one of my biggest fears was not having my mom here to see me make 7 figures. And I'm happy that I got to do that. Like, those things make me happy. Having the money doesn't create happiness for me.
I think you said something really key too, where your mom asked you, "Are you happy?" You said, "I'm grateful."
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a deeper level of where you want to be emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I am maybe I find maybe like my happiness or my peace in being able to manage expectations. And it may be a toxic thing, but I truly believe that people will disappoint you.
For sure.
All of them, right? So Donni, I love you with my whole heart. I am prepared for a disappointment. And maybe the disappointment doesn't come from you doing anything malicious or me doing anything malicious, but I understand that my expectation of maybe what I think you should do and you do something else can make me, can disappoint me.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's fair.
So but what protects me is because I have that expectation, I don't go too high and I don't go too low.
Yeah.
So when things happen positive in my life, I'm excited, but I know on the back of positivity, there's some sort of negativity coming. So think about this. On the back of having the biggest income year you ever had, that's not all positive. Because if you didn't manage the money, then tax time comes and now you're stressed again. Because imagine making $1 million and you have to pay $250,000, but you have the same habits that you had when you were making $70,000 a year, where you're just living from commission to commission, client to client, paycheck to paycheck. At the end of the year, yes, you made $1 million, but now you owe $250,000, but you never developed the habit of savings, and now you don't have $250,000. You don't have the money to pay it, which creates a whole nother level of stress where this sadness or frustration is riding the coattail of this happiness.
This is why I think mental health is so important, because should that make you unhappy? Like
Which part?
The stress of the scenario that you just asked about. I don't think stress should make you unhappy, right? We're going to go through peaks and valleys in life. And stress is stress. Yeah. It's just a high intensity period of time or a high intensity emotion, right? But generally, like, I was super stressed when I lost everything, but I was genuinely happy because I had the things that money couldn't buy. If we associate our happiness with a position, financial or social or whatever, whenever that position is gone, we're unhappy again.